Hey guys, we're live, kind of. We're dressing up a little bit as we got some hangout back here on the B stream. Next up is Serral versus Taeja. We're in the lobby for it, and we're just kind of on deck to go. Now, we had hoped originally to try and get like a little three-way thing going here with good old Annie coming back, Snoot on the side, but unfortunately, we can only get two of the microphones
Literally
working.
on the side.
Literally on the side.
I need to balance this thing like crazy.
I know.
Headset plus this one?
I know, my head's too... see, mine's like... I've got it on sideways, so it's like kind of wide, but whatever. Before we get in the game, though, Annie, I know you're a big fan of both these guys, and frankly, everybody here at HomeStory Cup. I guess you'll have to lean in a little bit close to Snoot so we can hear, but quick predictions. Who do you think takes this, Serral or Taeja?
What is this? What are we doing right now? Okay, I'm like talking
It's
into
romantic.
your neck.
Predictions.
Okay, I think it's gonna be Serral 3-0.
Okay. See, so
Serral 3-0.
you were supposed to keep it close to your mouth, and I was kind of wingmanning you because she'd have to get really close to talk to the mic. Okay, let's get in a game, guys. It's map number 1, a brand new best of 5, probably the best, in my opinion, TVZ of the
what's
tournament.
the emote? Like Ace Lude or something?
Yeah, Ace Lude, exactly.
Let me see some Ace Lude in
Let me
the
get
chat.
some Ace Ludes in the chat.
Because Graham was trying something really lewd right now.
Look, what can I say? Spawning here in the top right side of the map, he's rocking that Ents tag, and he's killing nerds. We've got the red Zerg Serral.
And in the bottom left-hand side, playing for Team Liquid, it is the blue turn player, Taeja.
Thank you for the ASMR broadcast, Snoot, as we get into it.
My mind just froze.
You're like, who is it? What is it? Where is it? Okay, I'm gonna redo this because
my mind just froze. There was too many lewd things on my mind.
he's still thinking about Annie, guys. I'm just okay.
Hey, that's mean.
Taeja, I think. Oh, let me fix this real quick. It's a best of 5, guys. Yeah, I'm just teasing. I'm sorry, Annie. But this is something where I've got my Liquid jersey on. I'm rooting for Taeja. Taeja even came up to me earlier and said, thanks for the tweet. That actually caught me totally off guard, by the way.
Yeah.
I really like Taeja, and the thing that makes me really happy about this is I know that this isn't like most of the Koreans where he's unpracticed. He's been playing in the Alima League. I've been casting him. He knows the balance test mod. He was prepared for the patch. I think he should put up a hell of a fight here for Serral. But I'm kind of going to agree with Annie's prediction, and I think Serral takes this, as much as I hate to bet against the guy I'm cheering for.
Yeah, I mean, we have been seeing a lot of very strong play from the Terrans so far this tournament. But it's always been... It hasn't really been anything that's like absolutely dominant, you know? And Taeja has been playing some games against Zerg and they've been looking great, but I'm not sure if it's good enough to take down Serral. So, of course, I'm rooting for a comeback from Taeja, and it would be cool to see someone take on Serral and just absolutely, you know, destroy him. Because we haven't really seen anyone be able to do that, right?
You feel someone needs to knock him down a peg, is what you're saying.
Yeah, just get a bit more variety in here.
Well, what's kind of cool about this is the winner of this goes on to fight Euthermal in the brackets. I was a little sad because I remember, of course, Rainer's words calling Serral out after the group stage day. And if Rainer had won and Serral had won, we would have gotten that best of 5.
But, you know, maybe in a crazy world we'll see Serral going up against Rainer in the lower bracket.
You know what? I really hate to say that I would hope for that because that's a terrible thing to say, but I wouldn't be upset if that happened.
It's fine. It's just StarCraft.
You know, some people have made really, really cool runs in the lower bracket to qualify for things.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
Yeah.
That's like the most nervous sounding, like, yeah, that was me.
There's been quite a few double LM brackets throughout the years.
Well, I'm glad we're in best of 5 territory. I think it gives a good chance to show off the players a lot more.
Oh yeah, that's right. I need to get real comfortable here because this is going to be a great series here, and it's gonna be a while.
Well, what kind of makes me sad is I don't know how experimental Taeja is going to be, because in the Alima League he was sticking with a lot of pretty standard stuff.
Yeah, that's what he's been doing this tournament also.
I've been immediately sucked in by Euthermal. I know you weren't here for the cast, but
I did hear some Cyclone.
Yeah, Cyclone, Banshee, weird Hellions. There was Vipers and Roaches on the other side of the equation. It was crazy back and forth between him and Rainer. So I'm unfortunately in this mindset where I just want more weirdness, but I'm pretty sure with Taeja we're just going to see bio amongst things. But it is a Raven opening up, actually, so it may be a little bit different to start.
Yeah. I think this is one of the first Ravens that I've seen so far this tournament. Usually it's been Liberator or Cloaked Banshee. We haven't even seen that many Medevac openings.
Well, I love.
We've seen a few, but yeah, not really a Raven opening. That's kind of new. at least for this HomeStory Cup.
Oh, you're absolutely right with this. But what I like about it is when you think about it, the creep's kind of been tweaked a bit. I'll say tweak because nerf's kind of a light word there.
Yeah.
It'll help police the creep really well.
Yep.
And of course, it can interference matrix queens, so they can't use attacks or heals more notably if this ends up being a bit more dedicated. And that is a lot of hell. It was 6 Hellions now.
Overlord getting picked off here, but it does get a very comprehensive scout, including the Raven. So that's big. Very good for Serral.
Also the extra barracks to confirm that it's bio, which
Yep.
after watching you thermal, apparently you need to do. Also, real quick, guys. Hey, David, if you're still around, thank you for the 13-month resub, dude. And Blackberry Puddings as well for 4. Sorry we missed those during the break, but big love, big love. Who's co-casting with Rifkin? Well, it's Snoot, and I believe it says it right here on the overlay.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. How nice.
We got you, boo. Snoot's been playing a lot of DDR while he's been here, by the way.
Yeah, trying to get a tiny bit into exercise.
I had heard you were into DDR over things. What I didn't realize was how hardcore you were into DDR. Snoot's downstairs telling me about the different types of shoes you need for it. And my mind was blown as I'm immediately like, wow, he's like really into DDR.
Yeah, you don't want something too heavy when you have to move your feet around a lot, right?
So no wooden clogs.
Yeah.
This Raven's
You don't show
really
up in
low.
these traditional sandals, you know?
I was a little worried there.
No clickety clacking.
Oh, you don't like tap dance shoes?
Nah.
Dude, that'd be so sick listening to you play DDR with tap dance shoes, actually.
It would sound crazy loud, even louder than it is now.
Oh, wow. Wow, who is this guy? Liquid TLO. Just your 300 bits.
We miss you, Dario.
Yeah. I kind of, it didn't dawn on me until after I was here that he wouldn't be here, which kind of bummed me out.
Yeah. But thanks, Dario.
Very nice
We
guy.
all miss you here.
All right, guys. Actually, this is crazy. Things have shifted around. TLO's moved to America, or well, Canada, excuse me. I was gonna say North America. I messed that up. Kelazur's moved to the Netherlands. Like everyone's shifting around. I don't like it. I don't like change.
That's how it is in esports. You get the freedom to shape your life in the way that you want.
That's cool.
A lot of people meeting some new friends and some romance here and there, moving, switching continents.
Oh la la.
A lot of different players actually. So, finding love.
Yeah, Euthermal went to Mexico for a little while, right? I don't know if he's actually there now or not, but...
No, last time I checked, Euthermal is right here.
No, he's right here.
Duh.
Got him.
Snooty, you so stupid.
Dude, you just put a Rifkin on me. I wasn't prepared for that at all. I'm not sure whether I'm impressed or angry. Is this how it always feels?
I would be super upset. Not even did you answer my question or, well, clarify anything. Zero clarification whatsoever.
All right, we got 1-1 finishing up here for Taeja. But, ooh, Link slipped by the lower depot. This will be a little bit of chaos. It shouldn't be too many SCVs killed, but that's already
Oh,
the
damn,
gas.
I didn't even watch this game. Crap.
Yeah, welcome to BaseTradeTV. Nothing else new going on here. I guess we don't have WCS on, so sorry about that, guys. 7 workers go down. Okay, not bad. Not bad for Serral. That was a really low-cost commitment for a pretty nice amount of workers killed. Actually, that was, yeah, 17 links for 7 SCVs. Probably a little less, but... All right, a lot of creep spread out of Serral. Actually, this is really aggressive creep spread. When you consider the game opened with a Raven, I thought this would be policing the creep spread. No, not even close.
Yeah, what happened to the Raven? Where is it?
It is alive. I just checked. I'm not sure where it is. Okay, it's with the army. Oh, well,
Alright.
please repair it. Oh, God, please repair that thing.
Yeah, we'll see if something happens to that
Oh,
later.
I didn't even catch this on the production tab. He's gone for Widow Mines, and most importantly, the upgrade.
Yeah. And this is cool, because we've seen a little bit of Hydralisks going up against Widow Mines, but it actually hasn't really fared too well so far this tournament. But now it's Serral.
I'm so on this one, because this takes me back to when people were still debating Widow Mines versus tanks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one's more damage but less reliable. And I guess with the Drilling Claws back, that instant burrow could maybe make it worthwhile. If nothing else, take out the Banelings with the Widow Mines and it's going to be worth it, right?
Yeah. One major difference between the two is that the Widow Mines, having a minefield just spread backwards kinda, it allows Terran to retreat very safely. But with tanks you're always very, very committed at the front, and if you lose those tanks, things get very sketchy quickly. So that's the coolest part I've seen about Widow Mines, and Taeja and Innovation has used this to great effect. They've been very good about retreating very methodically.
Actually, I have some remarks on that, but we'll hold that for now because there's a fight coming in. Baneling's in the front line. Ling's diving a little bit too soon. Serral realizing he shouldn't be here for this fight,
Yeah,
starts backing away.
These Hydras are slow. They don't even have the...
Oh, what? Oh, what? Ow! How did that get raised?
Magic.
Magic. All right, this Widowmine actually, bro, so you get the shot off. Very nice. I guess to cover this really quick, guys, this little laser beam in the Widowmine indicates the fact that it has an upgrade so that it will stay cloaked after it shoots now. This is one of the big changes in the patch. Advances forward
And
to
of
Widowmine.
course, they still barrel quicker.
Yeah, that's always the bigger component. That matters so much more, actually. But that's a lot of banelings finishing up for Serral. 25, almost good to go. If he can get a fight on creep, this might not be so bad. Nice pick up there at Taeja. I think he dodged a lot of the splash damage from those Widowmines.
Yep.
The Medevac's got hurt too. That's also very terrifying.
I do like the amount of banelings that Serral is making here. We've seen a little bit of a baneling shortage during this tournament for some very Hydra-heavy compositions. But now I feel like Serral has a very, very well-rounded mix of units. A lot of Hydralisks, but also a lot of banelings. Not necessarily that many Zerglings.
What's interesting,
but his drone count is off the charts. Like, this is...
Yeah, 94. I was about to dive into that, but yes, beat me to the punch. 94 drones.
That's that's crazy.
That's TY building SCVs is what that is.
Yeah. or special. Well,
okay.
Basically same person, right?
Yeah, am I right? One's a fanboy of the other. Who is it? Okay, so this is kind of interesting to me because, of course, Serral's on Hive Tech. He's got Adrenal Glands. He's got +3 coming up. But most importantly, a Greater Spire. So not looking to make use of the new Ultralisks, which I don't think anybody is, frankly.
Nah, we saw it a little bit earlier, but then, the Zerg just went into Broodlords and that was better.
Yeah. How many banlings we had total, by the way? 30. So not quite hitting rogue numbers of banlings, but it's definitely enough that's workable on creep fights.
Yeah.
There's a lot of creep to the south, not a lot of creep to the north. Credit to Serral, by the way, who's been pretty proactive about this. I don't know where he's finding the time. He's got some burrowed baneling mine set up too. Oh, that's clever.
Yeah. Quite a challenge here for Taeja.
Taeja, I'm going to take a couple of shots fired here really quick.
Yeah.
Has not had probably a lot of great Zerg players to practice against. European Zerg Pride, be damned, they're just better, man, I feel. And you've got some great players like Solar, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say all Koreans are bad. But generally speaking, I am wondering, like, has Taeja had the proper practice to keep up with this? So far, it's looking like yes.
Yeah, it's not like, I don't know. I don't know how the Korean CVT compares to Serral. It's a bit tough to tell.
46 banlings, by the way.
But, yeah. I don't know. I feel like Taeja has always been very good regardless of who he is practicing against. Yeah, this could be scary.
Just so you guys are aware, he's very intentionally keeping these like off of creep. He doesn't want that scan to hit. Maybe bait with the Zerglings. That'll force a pickup.
Yeah.
This is surprising like a low action game.
Yeah,
I'm expecting like 3 different fights going on at the same time. Oh, good abducts over here. One more. Oh, Parasitic Bomb will take care of it. Nice.
It kind of is like that with Taeja. He plays very, very slowly and then ramps up as the game goes on. So I think in the previous games that we've seen Taeja play, he's been ramping up a little bit sooner, around the 9-10 minute mark. But now it's already 12. And I think the reason why the game is still looking kind of slow and 50-50 is because Serral has done such a good job that Taeja hasn't been able to find any momentum.
To ramp up, yeah.
To ramp up.
But you know what?
So the question is, like, is he now going to ramp up and explode in some way, or is he just going to be overpowered by Serral, right?
I'm going to be honest, I think the answer is yes, because now he's got Ghost. 9 of them in play right now. And for Serral, he's got a great army, don't get me wrong. That's a lot of Banelings, that's a lot of Broodlords. But man, if Ghosts get to run wild, Ghosts really break the game.
Yeah. Then again, Ghosts can be countered by a large amount of Banelings, and Serral doesn't seem to shy away from Banelings for now.
I've been seeing a lot more Zerg players grabbing with Abduct's Ghost too, rather than going for Blinding Clouds. So that's something he's going to have to look out for.
Yeah, Blinding Cloud is a very temporary thing, but an Abduct is usually guaranteed damage. You risk the Viper, but you kind of do that anyway if you go for a Blinding Cloud, or just in general having a Viper at the front. It's always a bit risky.
Oh boy. Banelings clash to the south.
Yeah.
It's a planetary, no building armor. This is a little disappointing too. Taeja's definitely got the money to go for it. Not necessary, but always nice.
It's very refreshing to see Taeja being able to hold the 5th base here. Like, the bases have been under control to, to a high degree. But yeah, this is turning into a gigantic macro game. Serral has a scary army, he has a scary bank. Taeja has a scary army as well, so now it's going to come down to the control, and it seems like Serral is the one to press the issue a little bit.
You know what I really like, actually? Just side note, Taeja's rocking some skins. Most players this tournament have not been.
Yeah, we've been seeing some really cool Terran skins. The latest War Chest, I believe. I think Innovation was using it also.
Yeah, that's the one he's using right now.
Yeah, it looks so cool.
Ooh, that sucks. Friendly fire is a bitch in that case. But we're looking for those snipes. Here's, oh my god, is there no detection? That Overseer comes in really late.
Yeah, snipes going down.
You just sniped the Overseer.
But the ghosts are isolated. The ghosts are isolated and Banelings are chasing them, which is never a good sign.
He literally just sniped the Overseer though, right? That's my point. Like there's okay, here comes the second one.
There's more. Serral just 2 on point for that. And having the ghosts be on the right side of things.
Split off.
Yeah. That's never what you want to have as a Terran player.
But you know what he does get to do? Catch a lot of these Banelings before they're done.
I hear a lot of snipes going off, but it doesn't really seem to do too much. I hear a lot of ghosts dying.
Auto attacks are working pretty decently to kill that Broodlord.
Yeah, I mean...
A nuke! Of all things, what a brave move, Taeja!
Like, is his whole plan about this to
God,
kill the Overseer and have the nuke land?
Yeah, that's gonna hit the Queens! That's gonna hit the Queens! What? Okay, less crazy than I thought it would be, but still nice to see it land. Liberators, where did you come from? Hello, ladies.
What kind of Switch is this? Hello?
Not a Nintendo one, I'll tell you that much. Let's go, Eevee. We got blind, or it's not blind. I've lost my own self at the joke. We got Parasitic Bomb hitting those Liberators, forcing some splits, but Serral just lost his frontline momentum. Now he's recovering.
This game is insane. What did I just witness?
Right? And he's going for Ultras. That's the part I was going to get to, right? Like, he's making his switch, too.
Ultras against Liberators.
I kind of...
Is this like some next level read from Taeja? Like, oh, Zerg is going to do an Ultra switch now, so my Liberators are out.
I don't know, man.
What is this?
I don't know how to call it. There's very little bio support underneath this. Like, Widow Mines and Liberators don't shoot buildings. He can't actually kill this hatchery. Oh, the ghost got friendly fired. Yikes. Just
this is so much fun. Is there anything that shoots up?
Very weak Liberators, apparently.
No, I mean, for Zerg.
You know what? I think you might be right. There's nothing. So even though it's going to take 10 years to kill the Broodlords, you're killing the Broodlords.
I see Banelings, out of energy Vipers.
What is happening here? Where were you when Liberators killed Broodlords?
What is this game?
HomeStory Cup 18, baby. Okay, so this is that new upgrade, by the way. We haven't seen this at all in the tournament on the games we've been casting. Anabolic Synthesis. It makes the Ultralists move a little bit faster, but it makes them move faster within regard to units in a very key and specific way. They'll be on the front line with the Zerglings and actually outrun the Banelings. So if Serral wants to start going back into Banelings, these Ultras will be great to support them.
6th base being denied here for the time being by Serral. Economically speaking, Taeja is absolutely screwed. I just gotta put that out there.
You just gotta be blunt about it.
Taeja is in so much trouble.
Oh, that Baneling managed to hit too? No way.
Yeah. It's a good old Corruptor Ultralisk Baneling. I actually think that might be it.
I think Serral actually made every unit this game except an Infestor.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason for that, right?
Right. I really thought the new Fungal would be a lot more enticing, but I guess it doesn't really affect much in this matchup, so I can totally understand.
Yeah.
This is run wild. Look at the resources lost too. It's surprisingly close, right? Like, it shouldn't look this different, but it does.
And then you factor in that Serral has been on 90+ drones for basically forever.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that fact. I really wish we had GameWire go over the income graph right now, because I'm curious what that looks like. Oh, nice Widowmine shot. 20. Whoa, that Widowmine has 29 kills on it.
Maybe 29 Banelings, who knows?
All right, well, Stim to win. Not really what's going to be happening here. Planetary helps hold on for a bit. Look at those Ultras. They got a little jet stream behind them that move so fast.
They still die very quickly.
Yeah, the Planetary's actually doing well, but the Corruptors will kill that.
Yeah.
Attack at the bottom right's a small drop. It's not a lot, but it might just be enough.
You know, Taeja kept making Liberators when Serral was doing a 15 Corruptor switch. And he did the next level switch with the Liberators earlier. But maybe a switch back into Ghost could have been something better. Because he kept making Liberators, and it just fell right into Serral's Corruptors, basically.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
It's
but you don't know his term always, right? You don't necessarily know that these eggs are going to spawn 15 Corruptors, right?
Well, what kind of bums me out too is like that Raven. I'm not sure what it did this game, because it's been a full. Well, I guess not much, but I was gonna say when he had that mass Liberator count, an anti-armor missile could have actually made them viable for fighting, but we never saw it. Yeah. Got some more Widowmines. Oh, maybe he gets the cluster. No. Serral's too smart for that. He splits.
Yep.
Oh, there's the anti-armor. But there's nothing left to really shoot it, so it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Nobody can take advantage of this armor deficit.
It just seems to be a matter of time before Serral closes this game using the mass bane lanes and ultras and what have you.
The economy, basically.
Everything.
He's just going to throw money at Taeja at a point.
Yep. And Taeja is struggling to hold a 5th. I can imagine taking a 6th base is going to be even more difficult. Not even a planetary at this point, so basically witnessing a slow death animation here.
Yikes.
After a very weird, but very well played game by both, but especially by Serral.
Yo, what I love about that too is, for all of us, we know Serral's good. He just won BlizzCon. Like, he's got the belt. Taeja's coming back. How does Taeja look? Who knows? A lot of these Koreans that come back from retirement, they're really so-so. This is still fresh for Taeja, and that's what he looks like. I can't wait for Taeja 2 months from now.
Yeah.
But that was game 1 in a best of 5. So if you guys are StarCraft fans, if you're TVZ fans, sit tight. We got a lot more coming up.
Yeah, Taeja showed a lot of very high economy and very slow. Like the beginning of his games was always very slow to build up. In the other games he played, like versus Lambo, for example. And yeah, basically the games he played against Zerg, he did it in a very greedy, macro-oriented manner, right? And it seems like Serral just wanted to counter that by being even more greedy and pushing Zerg to a level you normally don't see Zergs pushing to. Because ordinarily you would see maybe 77 drones, maybe 80 at most, but this wasn't even 85. This was 90 plus, right?
Yeah, that was actually kind of astounding. Because when you bring that up now to think about it, there were so little worker kills that game on both sides too, right? Like, that wasn't a game about economy. That was a game about, or not economy. It was a game about economic damage. It was a game about armies trading out for 20-something minutes. I just want to quickly address something. First off, thank you, Renosher. Oh, I can't say that name. Thank you for the 4 months. Jennifer also came with a brand new Twitch Prime sub. Glad to have you on board. We are aware that you guys are seeing some lag on the stream. I unfortunately have no control over that. We are in the studio room, so we're not actually at the streaming PCs themselves. Production has been in Twitch chat. I'm sure they're aware of it, guys. I would like to just apologize because I don't think we can do much to fix it. Oh, okay, sorry, I thought it was a thing. Mike29, by the way, thank you for the 2-month Prime sub. Hooray, hooray! Oh, and we are getting into game number 2, Acid Plant.
Oh, Acid Plant? Yeah, this is probably Taeja's pick, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of... I'll talk about picks and stuff in a second. Let's get this game started up. I gotta swap these names around. Because, of course, it's this boy here in the top left. He's got 1 point on the board. It's a best of 5 score. Always displayed down here in case you guys take off and come back. And in the top left, representing Ents, we have the Red Zerg, Serral.
And in the bottom right, playing for Team Liquid, it is Taeja.
I'm curious. I want to get your point of view on this. Like, you're done. You don't have to worry about being candid now, right? When it comes to picks for things, what do you prefer? Vetoes, preset, or loser's pick for maps?
Oh, preset vetoes.
Okay, and my question follow-up to that is why?
Because when you have loser pick without any sort of vetoes beforehand, when Blizzard messes up their pool too much, you get some really nasty losers choices, right?
Right, some very favorable maps for particular races. Yeah.
Exactly. But if you have the vetoes from the beginning, you can weed out the worst.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So what about the mix then, where you like each veto one and then it's loser's pick or something?
Yeah, that's better. It's definitely better than just a pure loser's pick, for sure.
See, for me, of course, I'm coming from the tournament organizer side of it, rather, right? I really like loser's pick just because I feel like it gives them more of a fighting chance, even if it is imbalanced or unfair.
Yeah,
or whatever.
it's better for the show, but it's competitively, it's
feels worse for the players.
It's worse, yeah.
Well, it's good to get some feedback on that. For Serral, though, this time around, I mean, I think he's happy to know he can go toe-to-toe to late game if he needs to be. I don't know much about Taeja, and I don't know how much you've been chatting with him or not. What are the chances we see 2 Raxes or 3 Raxes in the series?
So far, he hasn't really seemed to use it at all, at least from what I've seen. And I don't really chat with him about strats like that. A tiny bit of laggy. We'll see if it's resolved. Yep.
Hopefully.
I don't really have any info, and even if I had, I probably couldn't reveal too much of it. So we just have to wait and see what he brings to the table.
Well, I don't mean to say, like, okay, so does he plan to do a 3 Rax on game 3?
No, I think it would be cool to see something out of the ordinary, but then again, Serral is one of the most experienced players when it comes to holding it. Or yeah. I do say that, but he actually has a little bit of a weakness against some of these proxies for a while. Like, I've seen plenty of games in Serral's match history where he's had like minus who knows how much MMR because he lost to some proxy barrack build from some random Terran, right?
Right.
It does happen. It does happen. It can happen to the best of us, and it can happen to Serral. But but he's also capable of losing in some macro games, even if it sometimes doesn't seem that way. So so we'll have to see. Like, I think this was a bit of a wake-up call for Taeja, that it probably cannot just autopilot his way with what is done. Like, maybe he needs to push the pace a little bit more, because up until now, you know, it's just been playing very like a very slow ramp up, right?
I'm not going to argue with using a wake-up call, but I do want to make sure everyone's aware. Taeja didn't come to this like unaware of who he's playing, right? Like, he tweeted like Blizzard or TakeTV Y when he saw the brackets yesterday. He knew who he's coming up against too.
Yeah. Like he must have prepared for this match.
Oh, absolutely.
And of course, Lost and Found is a bit of a tricky map to be aggressive on. So I can kind of see him playing the way that he did. Maybe he just thought it was his best shot, right?
Thank you guys for the support. We got some resubs coming in and some bits. We'll have to shout those out afterwards because they're not loading properly on my side. I'll refresh that in a bit. But I do want to address a quick question, not about the game really quick, because people were asking earlier too. Regarding VODs, we do not subscriber gate things here on BaseTradeTV. I can't speak for TakeTV and all that, but if you guys miss any games here because you're watching the mainstream and you want to come back and catch up on them, it's totally free here on Twitch. I don't know what the situation with YouTube is. Oh, and on TakeTV too. Thank you for letting me know, production. So if you guys miss games, I mean, yeah, you can wait for YouTube, but that's kind of boring. Everything's ready and available immediately on Twitch. Like, you can actually go back and watch the previous series while we're still live if you wanted to. So enjoy. It's sub-free view, or it's not sub-gated. It's free viewing, and hopefully that answers some of those questions a little bit better. But yeah, TakeTV also has free VODs too. Man, this tournament has been so fun, though.
Yeah, some of the games have been very interesting, too.
Yeah, I was a little worried. Day 1 was a lot of 2-0s, not so great. But, like, Day 2 and Day 3, so far, I've just been pleased.
And this is a bit on the cheeky side of things. Roach Warren coming down from Serral. Triple gas. Roach Ravager Ling. And Taeja being on triple command again. Kinda doing the same thing. As far as I know, he doesn't have a Viking to go with this.
No, in fact, he doesn't have a starport to go with this, dude.
Yeah, just Marines.
The thing is, though, it is a lot of Marines.
And it has a very nice +1 and stim timing. I'm kind of scared for Serral that he's going to run into stim and +1 weapons. But on the flip side, there are no medivacs to heal these Marines up.
Whoa.
So this is going to be very interesting.
This is like
and Serral's transitioning, by the way. This is not an all-in, but it's going to be some pressure coming in.
I don't like this wall, dude. I don't like the armor in the wall. Not one bit.
It's a bit strange, yeah.
So
this is cool. Like, Taeja bringing something fresh to the table here. Maybe something like a +2 weapons and the second engineering bay coming in here. So like a 2-1 upgrade pattern. Yeah, this is cool.
Just also FYI, guys, we see BaseTradeTV typing in the chat right now. That's Annie. She's controlling. She's mod with the stream right now, I guess. Don't piss her off. Bans might happen. But okay, third base settles down. We got finally medevacs coming out here. And as you mentioned, Serral wasn't going for this all-in. It does break open the rocks, though. I like opening the pathways.
Yeah. I mean, Taeja might have been concerned about something like an attack right now, but nah, it just seems like he's reading the situation very well, moving out very confidently with these Marines, even without the medevacs. So yeah, just a little bit of a tense game. Both players making small armies that you usually don't see at this stage of the game. A little bit of a cancel there. Nice poke by Serral.
What did you do? There's so many Pepe frogs in the chat right now.
What are you talking about?
Feels bad, man. Monka S.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, we saw some cool Wintermine play last game. I was actually hoping to see a bit more of that.
Taeja is way ahead in the upgrades. Like, this is a really cool opening by Taeja.
I just taking care of that creep spread.
Yeah, and Serral's opening is a little bit peculiar. He's gonna have roach speed, so he's going to have some pushing potential with this. But Taeja sees everything. He has those medevacs and he knows.
Well, Wintermines would not be good in this situation. Tanks will be, and he does have those coming out, which is great. Of course, all it takes is one good set of corrosive bows to remove a tank, which is always no fun.
Yeah. So Taeja opting for those tanks instead of the mines. Most of these tournaments we've been seeing way more mines than tanks, so it's cool to see tanks again.
Right, well, it's a bit weird because whatever games I managed to cast weren't using mines, but I'm glad to start seeing them. Because I'm a big fan of the random factor. I think they're very fun to watch.
But the tanks in this one seem kind of reactive to the roach opening that Serral used. Very early roach warren. So it's very safe by Taeja to get those tanks out.
Yeah, this Overseer in the back of the base too almost has enough to contaminate, which is always super annoying.
That would be annoying for sure.
That's right by the engineering bay.
Yeah.
He's just waiting for +2 to start.
Serral is very good about those small things.
Yeah, Contaminate's a really underused ability, I feel.
For sure.
The great players use Contaminate. Chases past this, almost eats Corrosive Bow, but dives on through. This is a bit of a problem for Serral.
Yeah, and Taeja has been ramping up a lot of Marines throughout this game.
Not just
and
Marines,
he's pushing.
Like, the Marauders help a ton. There's that tank at the front lines. Queen's coming from the back. It's not going to be enough. Corrosive Vials are not hitting. Maybe a bit of an overstep, but here comes more reinforcements as the Medivacs with that drop come to the front line.
Serral not ready for this. He was catching up in the drone count after making the armies early on. And now it turns out Taeja has been ramping up in a way better fashion than Serral has. And he's just rolling over him.
Wow, GG.
GG.
Taeja. He bites back. 1-1 is the series score after that game. I like this.
Dang.
Plus Annie is wrong, which is just great on top of icing on the cake.
3-1. Like, you know what?
You want to get closer so we can hear you?
No, not this again.
Just give her the headset for a second. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Such a child.
I was gonna say 3-1, but then I was like, okay, but so yesterday Serral only lost 3 maps. So I was like, okay, what are the chances that he loses a map today? But then I was like, you know what? Let's go for the bigger gamble. 3-0. Nah, you guys were thinking it too.
Yeah, but you'd be wrong, so.
You know what? That was my second guess.
Oh, dude, I've got that shirt. I grabbed that at one of these booths. It's got the cool energy thing on the back, right?
It's the Zerg energy on the back.
The Zerg Energy Rush. I got the Terran one, too.
You guys can't even see it because I'm like halfway below the desk. It's cold, though.
Yeah, this is the international one. It's got my name on it because, too, I got customized. One of the staff from Team Liquid helped hook me up when the international was in town, which was really cool. Shout out to Team Liquid. Which is part of why I'm cheering for them today, but I guess we're going to have to get this headset back because we are getting into game number 3. If you guys are just tuning in, it's set up 1-to-1. This is Alaris, by the way. She was doing a lot of casting this weekend, and what's funny, I'm not sure if this is a good or bad thing. The clip of myself and Annie that reached livestream fails is actually now our most viewed clip on the channel. After 6 years of great StarCraft 2 content, I finally realized I've wasted my time doing StarCraft 2 and I should just be cringy with girls instead. Okay, let's get into game. Spawning here at the top right to kick things off. We've got the Red Zerg! Once again, it's Ence's own Serral.
And here in the bottom left, we have Liquid Taeja.
Can I do the intros? These intros are weak.
No complaining.
Yeah, you don't have a microphone. You don't have a voice right now.
We tried to get TriCast going for this.
Yeah, it would have been so fun if
and we were messing around a couple of minutes. But we weren't able to fix it. But maybe for some of the later casts here.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more games today. If you guys are just joining us, like this is still pretty much the start of the day. We're 4 best-of-5s in. I believe this goes all the way to the end of the losers bracket, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe production could confirm for me.
Mm-hmm.
Where does this go to today? When's the stopping point?
All I hear is
the Mexican music?
Mexican music in my ears right now.
Apparently it goes all the way to Losers Bracket 3. So if you guys check that on Wikipedia, maybe you can translate that. I believe it just goes to the top 8 is what I'm understanding for it, but maybe I'm wrong. Either way, big thank you for the 1,000 bits. He Bane busts into the Twitch chat. Dovenwolf, my man. Thank you for that stream support. But I'm curious, actually. I want to do something. We don't get to do this too often. We don't have an audience big enough to do this. Twitch chat, I want to get you involved with this game a little bit, okay? A lot of you here as Fairweather fans. You're not going to get involved. Fine. But I want to know whether you guys are rooting for Taeja or Serral. And it's really tough to read Taeja and Serral in the Twitch chat. But what you could do to make this really easy is change your colors to match the players. So if you're on Twitch, I want you to change your color to red for your name if you're cheering for Serral. And I want you to change your color to blue if you're cheering for Taeja. I want to see just how much red versus blue we got in that Twitch chat. Also, Tilo cheers 69 bits. What a hilarious number. I don't know why.
Yeah. I heard some stories about someone playing 69 games.
That's almost a lot of red. That is a lot of red. Where's the Taeja fans in the Twitch chat?
I see some blue in there. I see some blue.
I see some blue too now. Do you know about our tier 2 and tier 3 emotes, Snoot? We have
Maybe.
ace red and ace blue,
Ah,
but they're the opposite colors when you actually do them.
lol. I see it now. I saw someone with the ace red in there.
Oh, there's the blues. Blue versus red. We got to get that Team Liquid love going, guys, and I love this. Yeet. Chat's moving so fast, nobody will see that I'm gay. Oh, I caught that. All right. Some purple. No, no purple. We're not mixing colors. There's no halfway point in this one. Yikes. You guys have failed me tremendously.
How clever.
What's beautiful about this, like, I love seeing the hype. So, guys, keep this going for the series. I want you to keep your reds and your blues, please. Because Taeja is really the OG, right? I like Serral, but he made his name this year. He's been known amongst the pros, but he really made his name to the public this year, right?
And it's so cool to see, like, it was so unexpected to so many people how well Taeja did in groups. Just gotta state that.
Right.
Very few expected him to perform the way that he did. And now we see him going 1-1 against Serral, the BlizzCon champion.
Yeah.
And this is Taeja after returning from military service, where he spent so much time.
If this was... Okay, the music seems to be starting to stop. I'm not sure what's that. But if this was Taeja before he retired, I'm not so surprised at all, right? But this is 2 years of taking a break. Like, that does a lot to you when you come back. We've seen that with other players. Parting still hasn't recovered to where he was. Like, a lot... MMA gave up. He's doing coaching now. Feels bad, man. So Taeja's really, he's brought it hard on his way back. And yeah, 1-1 with Serral, the 2018 BlizzCon champion.
And now we're here on Blue Shift, and this is where the build orders start to deviate once again. Serral is doing something similar to the previous game on Acid Plant. He's going for the Roach Warren first, the early Roach Warren. And from Taeja's side of things, we see something a little bit different again. Cloak Banshee this time around, so none of that early, very interesting Stim stuff he did in the previous game. But rather opting for Stim, Cloak, and a few Banshees. But we'll see how committed Serral is going to be with this Roach Warren, because in the previous game, I wouldn't say it was half-hearted, but it was kind of an offbeat type of macro build. But now he might, you know, go for something massive, like a huge timing. And I've seen him execute it a few times against Terran players. So it's not something that he's...
uncomfortable with.
Yeah,
like,
he's not unaccustomed to doing something like this.
Right.
And I think we might actually see it this time, because he's not making like 6 or 7. He's actually going for 10 and then more links. So this is going to be a huge attack right now.
Well, real quick before the attack commences, $5 comes in from Poppy Raider, who says, "Shout out to Pagan Pal, a dirty Zerg that was cheering for Serral. P.S. Hi, Snoot."
Hello.
It's always nice having some fans in the chat. I know I don't have any, which sucks. My own Twitch chat is like the worst place for me to be sometimes.
It's okay, Graham.
Here's the attack. Roaches on the front line, but the Banshees are here to meet this. The bunkers aren't done, but they don't really need to be. They're blocking. They're the Sim City. They're part of the wall that lets those Hellions kill the Zerglings. And without those Zerglings breaking, this becomes a lot more difficult.
Banshees dealing as much damage as they possibly can. They finally take down the Ravager, but there are still so many Zerglings to fight. There's still about 5 Roaches left. Sure, some of them are a bit wounded, but units just keep flooding in from Serral.
Yeah, he's bleeding out the SCVs. I mean, realistically, Taeja will hold this, but is it recoverable? That's the real question.
So far, it's looking very grim. This really caught Taeja off guard. He had some units, but they were in the southern watchtower position.
The Banshees aren't even moving anymore.
Yeah, maybe he saw it a tiny bit late, but this is just panic time for Taeja.
I feel like this is great payback, by the way. This is like perfect retribution for what happened to Serral in Game 2.
Yeah, because that was a bit of an offbeat timing. Sure, it took longer for Taeja to do his kind of cheeky mass marine build, but yeah, like, this is a wonderful start for Serral. He's at 61 drones to 26 SCVs. The lair is halfway done, and he's making queens. You know, if the Nidus didn't change, then I would say, you know, this is a Nidus Worm Queen closer. You know, with a bunch of roaches to go with it.
What do you think is worse, the Nidus change or the Queen change for that, though? Honestly. I feel like the transfuses being weaker means that Nidus Worm's not staying up, even if it was like whatever it was before.
Yeah, well, it's the armor change, right? It's not invulnerable while it's being built anymore, so...
Yeah, 6 armor while building.
I don't know how realistic it is to even get the warm up in the first place.
Well, at least the upside is it's only 50-50 instead of 100-100.
That is true.
We got more people begging for more Snoot. Thank you for the $5. Cheeky, more Snoot, please. Thanks for being here, Snoot. You're making me a couple of bucks. We can get some kebab later on me.
Thank you. That's wonderful.
All right, the queens are dancing around the main. There's a Spore Crawler, so the Cloak, unfortunately, will not do well if he gets too close. But as he dodges the outskirts of this, I mean, he's grabbing more drone kills. This is something Taeja needs to do.
And look at the supply now. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, a lot closer than it should have been.
Of course, Serral has a lot of workers, but just evening up the supply a little bit, that's very nice for Taeja. And maybe these medevacs will actually be able to accomplish something. We'll see.
I would love if it keeps these alive. It's easy to get complacent with the Banshees, but repairing those up and using them to pick off things like Banelings or clean up creeps safely would be really valuable later on for Taeja.
I think this speaks to Taeja's macro. Like he took so much damage in the natural, and yet he's been able to stabilize and come back to this degree. Of course, the Banshee control was amazing also, but he knows how to macro behind it. Like he was able to do all of that control while developing his build very, very solidly.
It's that key part too, where if he didn't counter, if he stayed at home and tried to passively recover, he doesn't get anywhere close to where he is now.
Yeah.
And that's the fangs of Taeja showing, I guess.
Of course, Zerg has a lot of responsibility after doing an attack like that as well. You still need to make sure to be able to defend whatever tiny force Terran actually has to counter with, but it is always some sort of force, right? Be it Banshees or some sort of Hellions or whatever. After doing a big attack as Zerg, you still need to keep some units alive to not take massive drone damage. And Serral, he did that very, very well, so he didn't take too much damage from these Banshees, but still nice recovery from Taeja.
Taeja, by the way, does have his upgrades going too, which is nice. He's got 1-1
Oh,
finished
absolutely.
up.
Yeah, that's great.
He got those out of the engineer bays, which if you shorten is eBay, which, coincidence, is a sponsor of HomeStory Cup. Quick shout out to those. No, I don't know what I'm doing with that, guys.
Hey, that's not a bad one.
That's like a sneaky ad. Hashtag ad.
First time I heard that one.
All right. Well, the Marines on the top side have got a little bit of work to do. They could go for some creep. Those are live tumors here on the front line, or just back away. That's too many lings. Southside's got an attack pushing too, though, and this is where it gets troublesome for Serral, right? He's the one who's gonna have to split his forces to match this. Well, I like this tank positioning.
For now, the tanks are kind of exposed. They have a little bit of an army backing it up. This is the only place Taeja is pressuring right now, correct?
Yeah, he's brought his army back from the top down to the south.
Yep. And the hatchery falls. Serral is up in supply, but getting this hatchery is a very nice snipe for Taeja. But here come the Banelings though. This is a large army from Serral.
But he gets off creep, which maybe looks doable.
No, too many Banelings.
The tanks are firing, but not on the Banelings. They're hitting the Hydras.
Oof. Nope, that's not what the tanks want to do.
Well, it's what the tanks wanted to do. It's not what Taeja wanted to do.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, well, he's gonna hold and he's gonna stabilize here. This has been a lot more back and forth than I ever thought it would have been. With the way, the amount of damage that Taeja took early.
Very favorable for Serral there. I don't think he minds losing that base at all. I think Serral looks at that as a very nice trade. Removing all the tanks from the battlefield, resetting that count, and basically having the composition that he wants to have. He didn't lose a whole lot of Hydras. He was trading very effectively with his Banelings also.
You know, this one's for the BaseTradeTV subs in the audience, but like, my reaction to watching Taeja this game is just ace O. That's it. Plain and simple. Also, I don't know if this is Norwegian or something. What's til tops bestifar?
Huh?
I don't know. Do you know what that means?
Til tops bestifar. It means to the top, Grandpa.
Oh, there you go, old man. $5 more coming from Bleep Bloop. Thank you very much for that donation, sir. Okay. Taeja is, I don't know, he's on a decent worker count. His income's not looking too grim, but he does need to start expanding. Because Serral loses a base, but doubles up to make up for it. He's got this map under control. For now.
Yeah. Supplies fairly even. Upgrades quite even. Serral a bit late on the +2 carapace, but they're not currently fighting, so far so good. Serral still needing that Hydralisk upgrade, but that's going to complete eventually also. For the time being, he has a force that's very much so capable of holding this back. Great creep spread also.
The Banelings are going to be piling up here too. He's on 13 right now, 20 more on the way. That's plenty, actually, to deal with what's currently facing him. I like the +3 weapons, though. It's a good head start for Taeja. Doesn't start his armor, though, interestingly enough. He's got the money for it. Planetary to go with this. I'm like 50-50 on planetaries. I don't know where the meta sits for a lot of the top tier Koreans.
I absolutely think PF on the 4th is the best.
So I'm of that because that's what it's been. But I was watching Innovation and Cure do a lot of these like no planetary games, just a lift and save versus Lings.
You could maybe make an argument for it in a game like this, but oh, this is a large fight.
Oh, that's also a huge collision of Banelings on the right side, but the kiting out of Taeja on the left looks great. He gets away from the Banelings, the tanks get the shots, and that looked like a slam dunk for Serral, but Taeja holds on. God, all those Banelings hit, and I thought, that's dead. Then I realized, wait, those were Marauders that took the hits, and thank God for that.
I like the strategy from Taeja here, just taking the base in the bottom and then pushing the bottom at the same time. Of course, there is some room for double dropping the top as well. Serral doesn't have control over the watchtower currently, but Taeja is doing what he prefers. Well, do I see some medevacs going to the top left? I think, perhaps, on the minimap, all the way to the west? Yep, there it is. And this is very good for Taeja, because it's just a coincidence, but Serral doesn't have control over the watchtower in the north. So this is great for Taeja.
Yeah, actually, there's no reason
he does run into an Overlord, though. That's unfortunate for him.
I guess he's got a lot of spread, so it's not the end of the world that he doesn't. But yeah, he really should have that watchtower.
Yeah, so he's going to test Serral in multiple fronts, but Serral, of course, being as good as he is no stranger to a double drop here or there.
We're so lucky. We just had a garbage tier and subscribe to us. Nathanius, thank you for the 53 months, dude. Wish you were here, man.
Every night I stare at my Patoof. It hangs over my bed, hangs over my head at night. It keeps me safe from all the people who tell me how to play the game, who have never even installed it. Thank you, BaseTrade, for my talisman of protection. I love you.
Oh, my heart is warmed by that. Also, that was a really nice reading, dude.
Nate,
that's like a bedtime story. Nate is such a gentle soul, dude. When he's not getting mad at Blizzard for servers.
Oh, to be fair.
To be fair, he's right. Like,
yeah, I played against many USA-located players on the US Central server when it could have been on the East. I'm playing from Europe.
Okay, Marauders on the front line. He's pulled his Marines very far back. He's very, very afraid of these Banelings, and he has every right to be afraid of the Banelings. What I think is interesting, though, is Serral's got his upgrades coming up behind us, and he is transitioning to Ultralisks. This is a mostly Marine army with a couple Marauders. The Ultras should actually do really well.
Do I see a base trade?
Well, yeah, but also in-game, possibly.
Well, to be fair, it's a very gentle base trade, if so, because they're not really going to break each other. It's only an attempt, right?
Yeah.
Huge army coming in here on the left-hand side.
Dives in with the Vipers. Marines dive forward. That focus fire was risky.
Amazing blinding clouds.
But the focus fire from Taeja takes out all the Banelings.
Beautiful
so
Marine
to capitalize
control.
on this.
Man, that Marine control was excellent.
Yes. The risk, he knew blinding clouds were coming, and he chose to dive forward to target the Banelings instead of fall back.
I cannot believe what I'm watching right now. Taeja is actually about to go up 2-1.
That's crazy.
Against Serral.
That is remember the damage Serral did this game, right? This isn't even just like a normal game.
Yeah, it's insane. I'm getting nerd chills right now.
You're like, I'm coming back to StarCraft if Taeja wins. No, I don't know. But still, this is so sick.
Hey, that's me.
All right, 3-3 for Serral. I don't even know if he's gonna have a chance to make use of this, man.
Oh, it's so cool to watch this. Goosebumps.
I love chat's logic here, by the way. New WCS champion. Yeah, if you beat Serral in any random tournament, you become the new WCS champion. That's how that works.
Sure.
But realistically, guys, this is so sick. However, I do want to remind you guys who are just tuning in, this is the upper bracket. So no matter who loses, they still have a fighting chance in HomeStory Cup. Oh, that Viper, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm flying here. I was going to back away from the tanks. The Blinding Cloud, of course, hits that first one. Banelings get wasted on the tank, which is unfortunate, giving the Marines a lot more freedom to move around behind this. And resources lost is piling up now. This is getting really out of hand for Serral. And unlike the previous games where, 90 drones and a lot of money, he can't replace all that.
Of course, this map is quite a lot smaller and a lot more hectic. That's why I think Blue Shift is probably a bit better for Terran than Lost and Found, but that's also up for debate. One thing is for sure, though. There is a base to the top left, and that's been left uncontested, and this is so good for Serral right now. But this is cool about Taeja also. He started expanding to the bottom, and now it seems like the focus is shifting towards the northwest instead of the east and the south. And this is amazing, because Serral hasn't been able to retake the base on the east just yet. So for now, I think tension is going to shift towards the north.
Ooh.
And if Taeja is able to win the battle up there as well, like, there's not that much creep. I think Taeja really needs to go and get rid of this creep as quickly as he can, and then keep pressing the north.
his ultras are fully upgraded with speed as well as armor. Oof. This is going to be a problem because, well, Marauders could ideally kite in the past. It would be a little bit more difficult.
Or is it though? How strong are these ultras really? So far this tournament, I've mostly seen ultras melting.
Well, that's probably against people.
But these are Serral ultras, you know.
We'll see. I was thinking the fact there's no Liberators, very few tanks, but you know.
We'll see though. We'll see though. Ultras have a reputation for being garbage.
Yes, they do. Well, either way, the garbage units that are going to soak and keep the Banelings up a bit. We got more Vipers coming out too. I don't know about this fight down here off creep. It's a little bit risky to pull off. He's target firing down the Banelings again. Oh, the target fire from Taeja! I mean, it's one thing to say target fire is good, but it's while he's attacking in the top left simultaneously.
Exactly. So he gets rid of the base. And this means that Taeja can once again shift his focus to the east and keep pressing. Like, this is so sick by Taeja.
It all changed.
Like he's controlling every, like he's not controlling the center that much, but he's controlling the lanes that matter. I would love to see him just throw down a scan here and get rid of that tumor. Because then it will get even more control later on if Serral tries to re-expand to the north.
I actually like what he's doing with the rocks, to be honest. He knows Serral's going to start thinking about counterattacks around his army instead of fighting his army head-on. And he's opening pathways to respond a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, for anyone, any of the casual guys who are tuning in, like, it was really unexpected for Taeja to be doing this well, for our blue Terran player to be in a position to win this game after the way this opened. So fast forward later, like, this is great out of both, but better for Taeja.
Taeja still has to respect the blinding clouds. They can really mess with his marine micro, so he has to be very cautious about stepping on creep, and I think he knows it. You see it in the movement. He pulls the marines back, more others to the front.
What I'm terrified about though is all these medevacs are getting really low.
The flank.
Is it good enough though? He splits and he falls back.
Blinding clouds
to the center. The marines stim out of it. The ultras are pushing through, but he picks up. There's very little anti-air.
It's the one fight that Serral needed. Beautiful flank there. Had the amount of banelings required, and Taeja, I think he didn't see it coming from the left-hand side, and now he's going to lose one base. He's going to lose the base in the top.
Yeah.
And this is not a PF, it's an orbital. Loses a lot of SCVs at the very least. That's something. But this was such a momentum gain for Serral.
Yeah.
Keep in mind though, Taeja's economy isn't exactly hurting just yet, but this is scary for Terran.
And he has a bank too, on top of that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like, Serral is still poor from everything that happened in the last 5 minutes.
What do you think? Taeja's like very much not gotten Liberators. I don't even think you need upgrades, but like a couple Liberators I think would serve him really well at this stage of the game.
Yeah, I mean, Serral needed this badly. Imagine if he hadn't gotten that flank, then Serral might have even lost the game, you know? It was that bad. Like, Serral was right up there, ready to keep sniping, poking and prodding until Serral maybe wouldn't have any bases left, or...
Oh, that fungal! Yeah. Well, we finally get to see some fungal use.
Very nice split, the medevac there, removing the one that had the parasitic bomb on it.
Yeah, at this point in the game, even though Taeja has a bank, he's not playing careless. That's what I really respect about this, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, his supply is dropping a little bit. He's keeping up a pace that I'm not sure that he can sustain.
Well,
because, you know, Serral is actually taking some very good fights.
Yeah, but look at the income, right? Serral's been in the gutter for money for some time now.
Absolutely. So the question is kind of, is Taeja going to be able to protect his bases and be able to trade somewhat unfavorably?
Well, I feel like I really wish
or is he? Yeah. Sorry.
I wish we had the income graph for this, because I think mules will really. I hate to say it, I'll be that guy. I think mules are gonna be really valuable.
Yeah. In this game right now, we currently have 3 orbitals, so it's only a triple mule. But it's still much better than a scrappy game where Terran has 1 or 2 orbitals left.
Well, I was actually thinking on this too, and I didn't bring this up earlier, but I'm thinking part of why he didn't scan for like that tumor and stuff is like, how much of his energy is he saving for scans versus considering mules?
Yeah, 3 orbitals isn't really a whole lot.
Right.
It's something.
Oh, Ghosts, I didn't even catch this. When did these start? Hello, boys.
Oof. That's great.
It was an answer to the ultras that he needed.
So based on Serral's economic position right now, he does have infestors. That's great. He has a few Vipers still, I believe. Yeah, he has 3. So he has some counterplay to Ghosts, but it's very expensive to fight against Ghosts, mainly because the primary tool you have against Ghosts as Terran, as Zerg, except for Broodlords, is mass bailing.
Oh, that cancel. I like the evacuation.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, it feels a bit more desperate even. Like, he has to. He really doesn't have a choice at this point.
Let's talk about that, by the way. You're talking about the Banelings, and of course Fungals and all these interactions to the late game. And I guess we should really highlight that while a lot of things were tweaked and changed, guys, Ghosts were not. They still have their steady targeting interrupted if they're hit by any kind of damage, splash, residual, or otherwise.
Bit of a funny conflict in the top left.
Yes.
Hello.
Goodbye. I was actually thinking this was
like,
going to get bad. The Ultras were literally like right here 2 seconds ago, and he was transferring all the SCVs down here. I got so scared for a second.
Oh, here we go. That C is like when you go into the bathroom and someone is already there, and you're just like, oh, the door wasn't locked.
You want to go
Buy
push on the stall.
Buy
yeah.
then.
Dude, that happened to me at this HomeStory Cup. I know exactly what you're talking about. Cloaking wastes a lot of energy, unfortunately, so he's just going to chill back for a bit. Yeah, this is the Umojin Ghost skin. It looks kind of cool. I like it's like a winter elite soldier.
Winter.
This is that lighter color to it, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, Sensor Tower is an interesting move. This is a really expensive building that will definitely help here in this late game, but it's also one that can go down very easily.
Man, and it's so cool. Like Taeja is playing. He knows how to play these slowly paced games, right? I mean, by slowly paced, like it's been action packed. Don't get me wrong. And here we go, even more action.
Where does Blinding Clouds landing? That's a big question. Vipers come in deep. We see some snipes go off on the Ultralisk. But even if the Ultralisk go down, there's a lot of Hydras he's got to chew through, and I don't think he can do this, Snoot.
Way too many Hydras, and they're going to target down the Orbital.
Ooh.
One Infestor has energy for 2 Fungals in total, catches a lot of Medivacs and the Ghosts.
And we should talk about that too. You can't pick up fungal units anymore, right? Feels bad, man.
No, I guess not.
Yeah, you can't blink, you can't teleport, you can't do anything. But you still move.
Snipes the Infestor. But do keep in mind though, Taeja still has Serral's economy locked down quite significantly.
Yeah,
except for this.
Even then, this is like basically one base, because this other one's going to be mining out soon too.
This base in the top left is pure evil for Terran. He really needs to shut this down.
I guess the beauty for Taeja, though, is we talked about the orbitals being kind of limited in number. He just lost another one, and that sucks. But at least he can still float others over. So he doesn't have to keep burning like 400 new minerals every time he wants to take a base.
Yeah, he's down to 2 orbitals now. And we did see that awkward CC flying to the top left. I'm not sure if that one was even morphed to an orbital, but no matter the case, Taeja is only running on 2 orbitals right now. So
no, it's still just somewhere. Yeah, it's still there.
Oh, yeah, there is a CC. Yeah, but like Taeja is in a really bad spot economically also. Like, this is getting real bad for him.
Dude, we're on 25 minutes in this game, so this is crazy. Back in HOTS, this was nothing. In Legacy of the Void, this is a long game.
It's a little bit surprising to me. I feel like Taeja didn't really need the base on the top left, and I'm not sure why the economy is looking that bad. If you take a look at the base in the west, for the longest time now, he had 25 SCVs mining.
Oh, you mean his base, sorry.
Oh yeah, there used to be 25 SCVs right on this base that we're looking at right now.
Yeah, but that was the long distance transfer, right?
Yeah, he finally managed to do that. But all of this lifting of bases and trying to secure this center base, it's all been really awkward for Taeja. And now he has like oversaturation on the center base. And this lift on the triangle base, the one close to his main, I don't really get that one. There's still a decent amount of patches left, and so many workers in gas currently.
Maybe just feeling desperate, I mean.
Yeah, there's only 4 patches in the south, but at this point, every single mineral patch matters, so...
Actually, I kind of like the idea of this. This kind of reminds you when Zerg players skip ahead to their fourth a bit quick, and then you can fall back.
That was so close to a snipe. Imagine if that snipe happened. Like, this game is so sick.
Yeah, 58 health.
Huge attack as well now. At the 9 o'clock base.
Oh, that's the Ghost Academy. Oh,
this is a base trade. Look at this. Both sides.
Hell yeah. Ace-1, Ace-2 in the chat if you got it, guys. This knocks down the Ghost Academy, though. This is huge, because even if it's not a committed attack and it's not a committed base trade, which is not, sadly.
And neither player is looking to push this. Look at this.
Exactly. They both disengage.
Yeah. Wow, this is masterful. We're just witnessing one of the greatest games of the tournament, I think.
Truth be told, and I'm saying this out of 6 years of experience watching the game, not coming as an expert player, guys. The hardest thing is not finding a good fight. It's knowing when to fall back from a bad fight. And that's what both of them just did. That is so impressive.
And the combinations of all of those, right? You need to be able to make a very sound decision on the fly. Yeah. And so far, these players have been making so many good, excellent decisions.
This is like the craziest TVZ. I didn't expect this at all. I mean, I know we were joking with Annie earlier, but I was seriously on like the 3-0 train. The fact that Taeja, even if he loses this game, honestly, it's not going to be reflective of the way this went at all.
Yeah, and even if you factor in that we were that a lot of people were surprised by Taeja's performance in the groups, we still were kind of looking at Serral as the absolute monster that would just strike everyone. Yeah. Including Taeja, like a clean 3-0 because Serral is Serral.
He's the thing of folklore and legend.
This is so close, and we're still just on 1-1. There's more games to come after this.
Yeah, best of 5. Thank God for that, too, for the fans. That's a lot of banlings that Serral's managed to finally get up to, by the way, 56. When did that happen?
Serral's supply is looking very healthy. I feel like the bases in the top really have brought him back in this game.
Yeah, I can't. The 58 health is slowly regenerated to 100, but it's still snipeable very easily.
Yeah, and Serral has only one queen. Of course, he has enough hatcheries, so the larva is no problem. But he doesn't have the queen to transfuse this.
What is this guy up to?
Oh, what's this? Sneaky Infestor?
Yeah.
I mean, it can be annoying if there's no PF, for example, but honestly, the way that Serral usually moves his army, it's more like this, you know?
Oh, abduct. Nice abducts.
Taeja's problem in regards to the bottom right base is more like, is Serral actually going to go there or not?
Oh, where's you can't fungal from underground. Let's make sure to highlight that. A lot of people might have been around for that change.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of nice that Taeja is pushing up here.
Great scan, sorry.
But at the same time, I'm kind of questioning why he is up here. Well, sorry. I mean, Serral really could have done something in the bottom right, I think. But he chose not to. I'm not sure if he is aware of that base. He probably is.
Apparently.
Yeah, he is, for sure. Serral knows that the base is there. But so far, he chooses to just keep the situation stable. He seems to think that's the better call, to just defend here. And once again, he's setting up this huge flank. Here we go.
Oh, this is tough going through the brush like this, but the flank was what it did. It distracted from the top side. The Marines are not cutting away from this.
Beautiful blinding clouds.
Oh my god, the Bailiffs get it, but the Ghosts
But the Ghosts and Marines.
Oh, now we got the snipes! Oh, he's got stealth too. Is there any detection?
Oh my goodness, this is so intense right now.
The Spore Car is the only detection. That just got taken down. Here we go.
Snipe, snipe.
Rest in peace,
Pew, pew,
Serral.
pew.
Well, actually, the fungals of the Bailiffs. There's that sneaky infestor. What is happening?
Massive
dude?
fungal, but look at the medevac energy. It's going to help this army back on its feet, and that's it. GG, 2-1.
What a game. What a friggin' series we got, but what a game that one was.
Damn. Oh my goodness.
And it's Taeja.
What are we watching?
We're watching Taeja take on the BlizzCon champion. We're watching a retired player come back, no expectations, and he's kicking ass and taking names.
Whoa. No chills.
I also love, by the way, Annie, I guess everyone could hear you were kind of moaning over that infestor. I saw Twitch chat brought that up. It was a question mark, question mark, question mark. But oh man, all right. This is gonna be. You know what I got to do? I want to keep casting this. I want to be greedy about it. But Annie, do you want to tag in? Do you want to cast this game? Yeah, come on over, girl. You got this, guys. I'm gonna tag out for Alaris, aka Annie. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be sitting here watching. I'm gonna be reading Twitch chat. I'll be joining you guys for some memes. But I feel terrible hogging all of this goodness.
Who's doing the observing? Alright, okay. So, I'll set up everything over here.
Jens has been kind of observing on his own. He has his own.
Yeah,
POV.
I wanted to check things like the orbital count.
Yeah. What's up, guys? How you doing? Wow, good guy, Graham. Amazing. Look at him.
Yeah, we'll be back in the next game as soon as the players are ready. Should be shortly.
How you guys doing? Sorry, if you heard me last game, I couldn't help myself. There were a lot of really juicy hits during that game. Oh man.
Just need a bit more time before the game is up. I cannot join for some reason. It said the map Dreamcatcher, but the game is no longer available. So yeah, we'll get into it soon, as soon as possible.
Try it again.
Nope.
Oh, he probably
So yeah,
remade.
a little bit of downtime here. Taeja currently leading 2-1 against Serral in the upper bracket. It is, right?
Sit for this. Do you want me to grab some water or anything?
I'm okay.
No, I'm good.
Thank you.
So yeah, just a little bit of chilling out. I feel like the tempo dropped off. That was such a sick game. I cannot believe what I just witnessed. So yeah, super exciting stuff there, and we'll be back to it very, very soon.
Guys, did you know that Snoot has insane reaction times? We've been playing this. There's this arcade game. That's
well, I
over.
wouldn't call it insane. It's
Wait, did they start?
No way, right?
There's no way.
Hey, production, they didn't start the game without us, right? Can you confirm, please? We tried to join it one time, we got some bugs, so that game is no longer available. Please, please, please. I don't hear anything. Alright, we're gonna try to sort the situation out, guys. Hopefully they didn't start without us. That would be terrible. Especially since the series was so amazing. So we're currently just waiting for some updates here.
Hey, is there any way we can get the feed from their stream up on the TV in here so we can still just cast it? Production? Did they start without us?
Kind of sounds like they started without
It sounded
us.
like they started without us. So what I'm asking is, can we get their feed up on this? Or can we just like restream from here or something? Or what? Like if we bring up the stream and watch it here, can you guys pump the feed through the production side or no?
But did they start without us?
Yeah, they did start without us.
Come on.
Yeah, but we don't have to want to restream this because you're just going to hear them talking. Do you guys not have a feed for that in that room?
Okay, I don't think we can get in on this one.
Okay, well, all we can do is restream it, so...
Yeah.
That's also just kind of really crappy that we didn't get into the game. But all right, Annie, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Here, I'll
Well,
get this going for you in a sec.
I guess the players were super pumped. I think it sucks. Like, you should always wait a little bit as a player. But I brought it up on my monitor now. So if it's okay with O-Gaming stream, we're currently just restreaming their point of view. So it's gonna be no sound commentary only.
That's so
A
weird.
little bit of a downer compared to the previous one, but we take what we can get here.
They didn't even wait like 2
Yeah,
seconds.
I tried to click, but the game wasn't available. I guess
Yeah.
could have been. Maybe I was 2 seconds too slow. Who knows?
It's weird because players are usually pretty good about that. Like they know who the casters are,
Yeah,
they
for
know
sure.
who's streaming the games,
And
and they'll usually
especially-
wait.
Especially after a game like that, that was
Mhm.
so intense. You kind of would expect players to be okay with just waiting a little bit.
Yeah, it's awkward because oh, what was I gonna, oh yeah, because it's not like it's a qualifier where you have like 10 different streams. There's
Yeah.
only like 2,
Mhm.
3, right? But anyways, it's fine, guys. We're gonna do this.
So yeah, we got into this game a little bit late, but we're still in the early stages, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Still watching the opening stages here on Dreamcatcher. Taeja currently leading 2-1 after a very,
Taeja
very...
delayed the. Was that canceled on the gas? Was that like a? Was that a psych out?
You mean the cloak?
No. Serral like took a gas and then he canceled it. So I wonder if it was.
Maybe the extractor trick. I don't know. I didn't see it.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm wondering if he was doing it
Quick
to
layer.
like.
Was there something
fake-
scouting or?
Yeah, to fake out a scout.
Yeah, possibly. I kind of missed that, but he's making a lair, so he might just go for something safe. I know that he went for a lair previously against who was it?
Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun.
Mm,
Here come the Hellions, and they do nothing.
I don't remember
and
which
drop
turn it was, but Serral sometimes likes to get the lair and the Baning Nest, and he likes to do this when he feels like he just wants to have control over the game and wants to play very, very safe. So Serral is opting for one of the more safe openings that he has, the speed Banelings first. And yeah, it was like, I believe it was against Bunny on Cerulean Fall, where he seemed to be in a lot of trouble, but then after a long wait of, you know, just plenty of fights, he was finally able to bring it back, thanks to the Baneling speed, ultimately.
Oh, I really like this. The Overseer morphing right where the Banshee comes in, and without that Banshee to help out, Taeja's just gonna wait a little bit. Those Hellions. Ugh.
Let's see, yeah, the Banshee on the left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, towards the main. Yeah, Serral is always very good about that, especially, it's something you can notice in his games against Protoss also. Like, he's very good at positioning spores and having good timings against oracles, and the way that he positions his spores and stuff against phoenixes is also very good, so Serral is probably one of the Zergs that has very good anti-harass and anti-air control. Like, defense-wise, he's just so good.
Oh, look at all those queens. They're just like, get off my lawn. And like you said, there goes the Baneling speed. He's getting ready. He knows what's coming.
And while he's getting that, he's just ramping up drones, getting the Evo chambers, so it's looking very standard from Serral here.
Taeja really wants to poke, but he can't figure out where to poke.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is with Dreamcatcher. If you fail at one place, you kind of need to go all the way around, and Zerg has Overlords. If you don't make a Viking, you can't really shoo those Overlords away, so it's a little bit of an awkward map in that sense as Terran. But at the very least, sometimes you can catch the Zerg off guard by navigating through the middle portion and using the... For example, if Zerg is a bit more active with Zerglings, you can sometimes catch them off guard with Hellions if Zerg isn't paying attention in the middle. But yeah, in general, it's very difficult to poke if Zerg is playing as well as someone as Serral is.
Yeah, Serral's been doing a great job of deflecting everything that Taeja's been doing.
Yep.
So.
But that's kind of how it is with how Taeja has been playing so far. Like he isn't really in a hurry, so he's not the type of player that needs to rush into things.
Where's
so
his
far.
third? Is his CC almost
Oh,
done?
this is
I
cool.
like that changeling in the mineral line.
Did you see that
Oh,
just
okay, there
now?
it goes.
Did you see the
What?
spire? Yeah, there we go.
Oh.
Yeah, Serral switching things up, going for the spire. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this. I mean,
Muta play?
Serral's...
He was playing with Mutas earlier, too. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was another series, maybe.
Yeah, it was another series. Oh, all
Which
the
one
games
was it?
start. I don't remember because all the games kind of blend together when you watch so many during.
Yeah,
HomeStory
there's a
Cup.
lot of StarCraft to follow here. But honestly, on a map like Dreamcatcher, I would expect it to be Hydras rather than Muta, right? Because sure, you can accomplish a lot with Mutas, but Dreamcatcher is a very tough map to defend on. So honestly, I would expect.
I don't think he's gonna go that many Mutas. I think he's just gonna make enough just to deflect drops and harassment.
But even so, like, what's the follow-up? I'm really curious to see where Serral is going to take this, because Muta is like you need to be so precise with the Lings and Banes, and
Did he
on a
just
map
kill
like
his own Lings with the
well, it happens.
rip?
you know how it
Sacrifices
is.
were made.
You know how it is with Blizzard and Rocks.
Oh god. Do you remember like the map pool that had just a million rocks everywhere for every single map?
I remember the first, yeah, I remember Interloper, and I remember some of the first iterations of Neon Violet Square.
Well, he's already started his +1 flyer attack upgrades, and he is going for 10 mutas off the bat right now. So
yeah, this is very heavy mutas.
He is definitely intending to go aggressive
Yeah, this
with
is
the
cool.
mutas. With that number, he can also pick off turrets as well if there's like one turret base, but I don't think that there are turrets up right now for Taeja. Did he scan it? Does he know that that's happening?
I think he can guess because he hasn't seen any sort of Roach Warren earlier on. He hasn't seen any Hydras yet. All he sees is Lings and Banes, and then he can kind of guess.
All right, more Banelings are being morphed right now for Serral. He's getting ready because he knows that Taeja wants to push on that fourth.
Yeah, and we didn't really talk a whole lot about Taeja's build so far in this game, but he's been playing very, very standard, triple command, very fast upgrades. So he's going to have a very healthy 2-2 going. And Serral, he's currently missing his +2 melee. Like, that was a really slow start on the +2 melee, but here are those mutas catching Taeja off guard. And like you said, there was no missile turret.
Oh my gosh. Okay, his mutas are trying to come back, and they are gonna.
They didn't get all too much done, though. So let's see what they can accomplish here.
They're kind of like catching the units that are trickling in. Oh, but they get sandwiched by the Marines, and a lot of the mutas are going down right now.
Nice Widowmine shots there. Getting a lot of the Banelings out of the fight. But Taeja seems to be bothered a little bit reinforcement-wise against his mutas. Oh no! No!
Oh, this is such an awkward position for Serral. He's trying to get a good concave around and trying to detonate. Oh, those are such juicy Baneling hits. Oh, and on top of that, he's harassing with the mutas that he has left. It doesn't seem like... So is that... Are those Lings being made?
Pardon me. I was watching a different monitor, lagging a little bit, so my commentary might have been a bit confusing. I'm sorry.
No, he hasn't watched the screen up there.
Yeah. I hope that's the live one, though.
Yeah, it is.
We don't even know which one is the live one. That's really creepy. It's this one, right?
It's that one.
Okay, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, production. I messed this one up.
It's okay.
Feels bad, man.
Snoot was trying to commentate.
I was commentating live action on some like 10-second delay. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. We all make mistakes sometimes.
But I mean, I really like what Serral was doing there because what he was doing was sending a few Banelings forward just to try to trigger some of those mine shots. And as soon as they were triggered, he moved in with that concave since he had more Banelings that just finished morphing to the north of that army. And that's why that engagement went so well. And I was trying to say all that, but instead what came out was, oh, Baneling hits. You guys know how that is.
And the muta count being reduced means that Serral has to make a lot of these mutas over again. So that's currently what he's spending his minerals and gas on. It's something, it used to be a very big thing back in the day when Mutaling Bane was the standard. And you would work your way towards Hive Tech, you would get to Ultras eventually.
He is getting his Hive.
But one of the most important things you had to do in those games was to have amazing Mutalisk retention. Because it's so expensive, you may not notice it at first, but losing mutas over time is super, super terrible for Zerg. It becomes a huge problem because all the money that you have to spend to remake the mutas to actually be able to use them for anything useful, all that money eats into your following Hive Tech play. So it's not something you necessarily realize at first, but losing mutas gradually and losing a lot of them, like say more than 5, is terrible for the game. You might not realize it right away, but you will certainly feel it a little bit later.
I mean, Serral definitely isn't going up to 30 mutas or anything, which we have seen earlier in this HomeStory Cup.
Yeah, and even if he tried, he couldn't have done it because he's just been losing a few of them here and there.
Yeah, he's just maintaining a certain number of mutas, making 5 here and there depending on what he loses.
But his eco is amazing though, so that's something.
He's already starting his +3 and his adrenal glands as well.
Drop being caught here. Muta's picking off a tank. Very good movements here by Serral.
Very nice. The mines are the only things that Serral really has to worry about right now because they are spread out all over the map. We've been seeing a lot of mine play.
They are upgraded as well.
This whole tournament.
Whoops.
The babies are chasing. Oh my god, so many mine hits.
Yeah, the mines this tournament, they're just vicious.
There's so much anxiety with watching just like a clump of banelings chasing.
Man, Serral's feeling confident, and maybe rightfully so. If he manages to break Taeja here, we will go into game 5, and that should be very exciting. But for now, it seems like he's playing respectfully, excuse me, respectfully, as he has done in the previous game.
Yeah, I think Serral really needs to pull back right now because he ran out of banelings, and he wants to get some more out before he goes. He has to high-tech upgrades
on the way, right? Like he's in no hurry at all.
And what I love seeing Serral do, especially when he plays against Bio, is that he'll usually stagger his banelings. So he doesn't send them all forward. He usually has a clump in the back because there's like usually 2 or 3 waves of banelings.
Yeah, he doesn't send all of them.
Yeah. And I don't know, with his engagements so far, he's kind of been clumping them and sending them into mines. Oh, another nice hit there with that mine. Yep. If there were 2 or 3 more there, that would have been just the end of those mutas. He's got to be really careful with the way he dances these around. Oh, nice counterattack before the mines can. Oh!
Yeah, we'll see what happens here if everything is going to blow up. It's kind of cheeky by Serral to push into this, but with the economy that he has, he really can afford to do something like this. And I think Serral feels very confident in a game like this. Taeja hasn't really been able to accomplish nearly as much as he has in the previous game. So far this is looking very good for Serral. It might just be going into a game 5, but Taeja has been able to pull off some miracles. So let's see if he can do something with the massive army that he has. That is his primary advantage right now. He may not have a whole lot. He has a large army, but then again, he has to fight against creep, he has to fight against speed banelings. And even if you have a large army as Terran against speed banelings, it doesn't really always matter.
I like what Serral was trying to do there. It didn't really pan out, but he was kind of chasing and with the banelings and trying to get the Marines to back off so that he can pick off medevacs with his...
Look at this, so decisive by Serral. He counters at the same time while he defends perfectly, forcing Taeja in on this creep. And
I really like the way, I like the way he's chasing the Marines back and trying to target down that Thor.
It's just too much.
Oh my god, GG.
GG. Alright then, Serral looking incredibly strong in this one.
Serral basically just he tied it up and he's gonna make it a 3. Is it gonna be 3-2? What do you think? 3-2 Serral or Taeja?
Well, that is the $1,000,000 question right now.
What do you guys think, chat?
I think one thing for sure, and that is we need to get into the game this time. So that I don't have to mess up casting on a accidental 10-second delay.
I think it was more than a 10-second delay for
I was looking at this monitor and on my own little stream. Alright. Invite game 5. Okay. This series is turning out to be quite a series, I have to say. And the final map that's going to decide it all is going to be Cerulean Fall.
Guys, can we get some love for Rifkin in the chat as well for sharing the cast with me? That's very kind of him. Good, sir. I went real southern there. That's mighty kind. Mighty kind.
Alright. So we're
We're
going
in-
into game number 5 here.
Yeah, we got it
Serral-
this time, guys. We got it.
Serral versus Taeja.
Yo, I want a hype intro out of Snoop this time.
Yeah. Can we get a hype intro out of you? A lot of energy.
Alright.
We need like all your
Can you do
energy,
Serral, please,
okay?
Annie?
Yeah, okay. I'll do the honors. Here we go, guys. In the top right, we've got our red Zerg
Other PC
from
production.
Team Ents. It's Serral.
Right. Yeah, production. Production, we just need to switch the PCs. And then we should be good. I'm observing. Okay. So, in the bottom left, playing for Team Liquid. Showing some amazing games, and now it's going to be decided who is victorious between the WCS champion and the returning legend. It is Liquid's Taeja.
Amazing. Very elongated intro.
Yeah,
Wait,
you know
can
I
I
like
do
to drag
something
things
real
out. Yeah, we're just gonna
Wait,
fix
wait.
the score overlay
That's a 5.
Oops.
and set it to best of 5.
Isn't it shift 5 like that? Yep.
Perfect. Sound enabled, music enabled, and we're good. Awesome. Yeah. What is there to say? This has been an amazing series so far. Thanks for sticking with us.
Oh, it's been such a scrappy series. In my heart of hearts, I wanted it to be a 3-2.
Heart of hearts.
My heart of hearts. The heart that's
what-
inside my
what
heart.
kind of expression is that?
You don't know
It's
that
like
expression?
next level. It's like in my heart 2.0, like next level.
Yeah, you
How
don't
I
have
feel
a
2.0.
You don't have a heart inside of your heart?
I play Swarm Host. Like, do I have a heart?
Do you play Swarm Host though? Because I feel like I've been trying to get you to do some kind of innovative Swarm Host
I don't
stuff,
play
and you
Swarm Host
refuse.
anymore.
You refuse. Yes.
Yeah.
But I think you have
The
a
Swarm
vampire
Host.
heart.
The Swarm Host is not inside the heart of my heart. Only the original one. Or is it?
Hey Jens,
Du-du-du.
do you know the phrase got like I got?
Thankfully, no.
That's like it's like Southern American slang.
Okay.
Do you know what it means?
No.
It means you got bamboozled. Like you got fooled.
Yeah. I
Like,
know a decent
gotcha.
bamboozle.
So
I've been
I got
bamboozled many times.
gotcha'd like that.
Gotcha.
So I got.
Reaper poking at the front of Serral's base, but nothing really special happening. This ramp provides excellent coverage for this creep tumor, so Serral is able to get that down nicely. Wounded Reaper allows the Zerglings to sneak out. He was checking the third base, and that allows this little run by, which might prove to be useful later. Serral always very diligent and smart about his scouting, so we'll see where he leads. Where he leads these Zerglings later on. Currently, Taeja just doing the Reactor Hellion. Barracks, Tech Lab, Starport. Very typical Terran opening here. Double gas.
Yeah, everything has been super standard so far. Neither of these players really wanting to gamble the last game of this series.
For sure.
And it's just they're gonna just poke and scout and just go, hey, what you up to? Hey, what's up? I'm your neighbor. How you been?
Yeah. So far in the previous games, the last few, maybe not the Dreamcatcher one, but the ones before that, we saw some cheeky Roach Warrens from Serral. In one game, Acid Plant, it didn't really work out that well. But on the blue shift, he was able to deal a lot of damage. But so far in this game, we don't see it. Here are those Zerglings trying to get in when they had link speed complete, but no success.
Taeja seems to be going for the same build he went for last game.
The Cloak Cheese.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how close he's going to follow this build. You know, maybe he's just going for his favorite right now, the one that he's most comfortable with, that he feels he could follow through with. Maybe there was something he was trying to do last game that he didn't really get to execute as well, and he wants to try it again.
Serral able to get in far enough to see the starport with the cloak researching. This is an honest cloak. It's about to complete, so Serral immediately puts down 3 spores, 1 in each base. Centered as well. These are not anti-liberator spores, but clearly meant to deal with the cloak banshee. Even making a 4th one. Not sure where he's making double, I guess at the front.
Yeah, because he knows that the banshee is going to be going, you know, back and
right here.
forth.
Cloak not done yet. This could be a huge mistake from Taeja. Careful, careful.
Did he have his layer? Sorry. Did he?
Lair is
Start his layer at all? Oh, that's why he has that. That
for
score
sure.
down below. I actually thought he started his.
Yeah, Serral is playing this very
already.
similar to the way that I used to play, like a very heavy queen drone, very eco-focused double chamber opening. And I think against someone like Taeja, it's actually a very good call, but it also means that you get the lair very late. Really having to focus on the upgrades, and it's also very important that you remember to, you know, get them going. And fortunately for Serral, he does.
Yeah, the queens are definitely enough here at the front line to keep those Hellions back.
Third CC done. Orbital. Orbital command. Stim. Upgrades. I mean, this is setting up to be an amazing show, just like the previous games, right? I mean, the game on Blue Shift was just one of my absolute favorites, and I'm very happy to see a game like that on a map like Blue Shift also, because it's just people say it's a very standard and boring map, kinda. You know, it's like similar to Coda or similar to Catalyst or things like that. But I think maps like that, they're good for a reason. Like, if games go far enough, this is the type of games you see, right?
These. Does he have blue flame? Because like these lanes would not be. Okay.
Yeah. That would be very early.
I like the Banshees that are just kind of hanging out between the natural and the main. Like, what are they doing there? Why is Serral not taking care of them? Does he not know?
Wait, hang on.
Oh, okay,
Let me
he
see
did.
Banshees. Oh, yeah, sorry. I should have followed these a bit more closely. Bit new to observing, guys. I've been trying to do it, but
Oh, the Spire has started for Serral once again.
it's not
He's
as
gonna
easy
go
as
for
Mapu and
Maybe the same build.
the other observers make
Oh
it
yeah,
like.
no, observing is like
It's
like
really
a skill in its own
It's really, really hard.
respect. Yeah, no, because there's a lot of hotkeys and stuff too that you have to remember, and if you haven't done it in a while, you're like, oh,
For sure.
what are these hotkeys again?
A little bit of a skirmish here, but Taeja feels very safe to engage
Is he
this,
gonna
gets a
go?
little
No,
bit of
he's
a
not
poke.
gonna go. He's not gonna go until Baneling Speed's done. Like, unless he gets a really good surround with these lings, but he, like, I was about to say, he could just pick up. Oh, I like that mine on the ramp. I don't think
Another
Serral was
one.
expecting that. Oh, all the lings get picked off.
Amazing.
Man, what a bait, mate. Yo, got him, guys. Got him.
Found the American.
What does that mean? Do you guys not say got him?
Not like that. That
Really?
sounded very American to me.
Really? Can you say it just like I just did? Got him.
Got him.
Got him.
I can't really do it.
Do it.
My Norwegian accent
Just
is
try it.
My Norwegian accent is too thick.
No, it's not.
Nah. Another time, another day. Right now we have some beautiful StarCraft unfolding in front of our very eyes. But this time, Muta is also gonna play it similar to Dreamcatcher, which makes sense for a large map like this. Honestly, I never liked the idea of having to play Zerg as Terran on Cerulean Fall. I think this map is disgustingly large, and I'm honestly very concerned for Taeja, but the way that he's been able to play long games, he might be able to accomplish something regardless. It's very interesting to see if he will be able to accomplish...
Oh, I don't think this is going to be enough to... Yeah, I was going to say he's totally going to force a cancel on that.
Was that a double cancel, or was that a cancel into a kill? I'm actually not sure.
Wait, what? No, he totally canceled it.
Yeah, double cancel. Because he cancel, rebuilt, and then another cancel, but the drone, it looked like it died. I'm not too sure. Whatever. Serral being very quick about it regardless. It seems like he is playing in top speed. You can see the creep spread is just fantastic, but...
Oh, his map control is insane. He's had small clumps of
like
lings and banelings around. Yeah.
I'm not going to say random, but you know, for a lot of people, like this would be just a random circling hanging out here, but Taeja is actually doing the same. Look at this. Kind of strange Reaper and Marine, you know, you don't usually see this, and it's looking at the minimap during the series has just been a very beautiful experience.
They both really want to keep each other at bay, and they want to know where they're coming from so they can properly prepare.
Upgrades looking very sharp. Drilling Claws about to complete for the Terran. 2-2 about to complete for both. Not too much of a difference on that, so they're just ramping up, getting ready for a large game. Kind of like what we would expect from these two. They're both playing some
slow-ish.
Yeah.
Is he gonna get that? Is he gonna get that armory?
Oh,
if he gets
like
it before the upgrade, that would be legendary. No! Go back, snipe it, do it, get greedy. No.
Banshee's trying to accomplish something at the same time. Let's see. Yep, it does complete. Fortunate for Taeja, the Mutas are gonna try to make something happen in the main. We'll check on the Banshees a little bit later.
Oh, nope, the Mutas are gonna back
Ward
off.
off.
They're
Let's
like,
see.
nope.
Banshee's trying to cause a little bit of trouble here, but that's just being transfused. Muta's trying to do a little bit more, but the Thor is here. And so are the Marines, apparently, getting just a few Mutas. They're being really locked in this dead space here on the left-hand side. But, you know, Taeja's army being locked to his own bases also means that Serral has complete freedom. And he's up to 82 drones. He's developing his hive, developing the creep, and just pushing forward on everything. But likewise, Taeja, no strangers to playing long games, so he's very comfortable just dropping down the CC right here. And, yeah.
Neither of them have really been. Oh! Oh my God! All these mines! What? No!
Oh, did you see that?
He's
Serral
just going straight in.
Serral was splitting in two.
Oh my God! These mines! These defensive mines! Oh, did he set up a tank there? I don't even know what's going on. It's so hard to see that. Oh my God! He didn't even. Okay, so usually what Zergs do is they'll send small clumps forward to test the waters a bit and make sure there's no mines and there's, you know, nothing that's gonna kill everything all at once. Oh, he has to cancel that more if he's got to back off right now.
Muta's pushing the main, Serral backing off here. Very nice, like very nice Widow Mine placement by Taeja throughout, starting his upgrades now. And having a little bit of FPS drops. I think I left the stream on in the background, so I'm thinking of maybe just checking that real fast. Never mind. We're good.
What?
No, it was nothing.
Okay. Are you okay, Jens?
I'm totally okay. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. Couple of upgrades on the way.
We've got Burrow coming down here for Serral as well. Halfway down Adrenal. You know, Lings with the new Burrow.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I need to practice my observing skills a little bit.
Faster.
Yeah. Things happening fast in this game. You know, it's bad when they're playing at a pace that you can't even keep up with as an observer, right? Really puts it into a perspective how hard-working the observers here and at WCS events and etc.
They haven't, really I don't think they've been doing any, like, big fights. It's just been little deflects here and there. You know,
it's amazing to watch,
yeah,
right?
it's kind of like Taeja's trying to poke, and Serral's like, nah, bruh, back off. And then Serral goes, hey, what if I come into here? And then Taeja's like, nah, I can't come in here, man.
The large attack here. Look at the mine positioning. Isn't this beautiful? This takes a long time to you know, to kind of pre-fight. I don't know how to explain this, but you need to clear these before you can move on with a big attack, right?
Oh, for sure. If Serral wants to do any kind of cheeky counters, he's not going to be able to. That is a great line of mines.
Taeja was able to get a few drone kills up here, but nothing significant. The worker count is very high for Serral, going up to 90 again. Very good choice for a map this large. And once again, we see the Spore party going up here. I very much so like this. We're probably going to see one over here in the corner also. It's a very good choice.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh, but this is just a pre-clearing, right?
He's actually, you know what? He's actually paying attention to this counterattack. Usually what Zergs do is they'll move it in while they try to attack from another angle.
Yeah.
But Serral is 100% paying attention to this.
Yeah, Serral is managing everything else perfectly too. Like, obviously Taeja isn't doing a bunch of drops right now. He's just playing it cool. And but yeah, Serral is doing the exact same thing. So over time, normally I would say that this favors Zerg, and I think that's the case now too. Like, at some point, Taeja is gonna have to do something, and I think maybe pushing down this lane in the center might be the thing that Taeja is going to try for the next few minutes.
All right, here we go. Small clump of Banelings move forward first to try to clear as much as he can. Oh, and he actually gets a connection with a lot of Taeja's army.
I think those Banelings did a lot of damage.
Those Banelings, man. Dude, Serral didn't even need that second wave. He was waiting off to the side with another wave of Banelings, but it was totally fine. Taeja's got to back off right now. He can't keep pushing this.
Yeah. PF being very strongly defended here, both by the turrets and the army north of it. This base here has just only one Widow Mine left, so it's quite exposed.
I mean, the reason why he was able to just kind of line up his Banelings like that to detonate all of them was because he has 3-3.
Yeah.
That +3 armor really helps out with those kind of engagements. Oh, this is such unfortunate positioning right now. Oh,
not the place you want to morph your Banelings, that's for sure.
Ah! Is he, okay, you know.
And we also didn't really talk about this too much, but there's actually an Ultralisk here. which is a little bit of an odd choice because I feel like in the games that we've seen Ultras, like on Blue Shift, the Ultras themselves didn't necessarily accomplish too much. It was more about the Banelings, in my opinion.
No, Serral was trying to get his... he wasn't expecting that push. You could tell by the way he was morphing and positioning his...
Serral already has a Spire, right? But he's making another one.
He's getting a second Spire. Yeah, he's done that before where he's trying to get...
He's going to be up to 3 Spires.
Wait, 3? I thought he only had 2 Spires.
He started with Midas, right? So he's got his building blocks worked in, right?
No, he's doing double air upgrades. Wait, does he have 3 Spires?
Wait, sorry.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, my bad. That didn't happen.
He's got a Greater Spire and Spire.
I know.
Oh my god, Jens.
I thought I saw a Spire and the Greater Spire in the production tab. I'm so sorry. Oh, huge explosions on those Banelings.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
The mines. Alright, right now he's trying to target fire down the Medivacs, reduce the backbone to this Terran Bioforce.
Small counter towards Taeja getting cleaned up. But Taeja is actually getting this base.
Very nice pick on the base there.
Question is he going to push? No, gonna go back, retreating in true Taeja fashion.
Oh no, Serral's trying to cut. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought he was gonna try to cut him off.
Nope.
Somehow.
This game is crazy.
Well, because he has creep spread on that path.
Yeah, this one.
You know,
yeah,
and
he
so,
could have done it.
He really could have chased with the Ultralisk because I wasn't paying attention before, but I don't know if he got the Ultralisk speed.
Yeah, but even so, it's in between the reinforcement point here and the army that could easily come from here, right?
Right.
So it's a little bit questionable to do so.
Oh, come on. All right, the mines are burrowing. He's got to back off.
Very quick.
He's got to position himself a little bit better for this engagement. Otherwise, he might eat too many shots.
There's this ramp over here, and then there's this quite open space here. Serral being very cautious about not moving too far off creep. And Taeja doing a very good job of cleaning it up. And now he's trying to secure this base in the corner. Serral, of course, has had this base for a long time. And I kind of wish that Taeja would pressure this again. It's kind of been a thing. Yeah, there we go. Or maybe not. It's kind of been a thing both in this game and on Blue Shift. He was a little bit late to hitting the corner bases, but I think that's also just a testament to Serral's skill. That Taeja normally sends the Medivac up to the corner here, you know, when it's important to do so, or when most Zergs would have a base there, but Serral just gets the bases so quickly, right?
Alright, so...
Corruptor's now in play. This is a double Spire that we were talking about. Like, Serral is getting the air upgrades, so he's trying to push this back. And at this point, when you face Corruptors, the Medivacs are actually going to start to die, and at that point...
Oh, I really like Serral being in the position to the right. Oh, I actually thought he was going to try to sandwich him. Where is he going?
Yeah, I kind of thought the same. Like, but the air army seems to be occupied with the Widow Mine drop that was going off here.
Oh, I see.
I forgot to keep track of that, but that did kill 12 drones. So we'll see how Taeja responds to this force. Banelings killed quite a lot. So Taeja's army supply just fell. I think I missed a little bit of a fight there. So my apologies for that, but Taeja is taking some hits right now, and it's crucial that he stabilizes from here.
Alright, he's going to chase into this left base. The mines are sieging up. Oh, the
mines
ghosts are
dealing
out.
damage, ghosts dealing damage, and these turrets are causing destruction on these Corruptors as well. This was not a great fight for Serral, but he can afford it because he's got this going on, and he has a massive bank to back this up.
Serral can't lose those Corruptors. He's trying to get... Well, he made a Greater Spire. I don't know if he's trying to get Broodlords out because he hasn't really been... He hasn't been morphing Broodlords.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good question when he's going to get him. He does have the Greater Spire for it, so... It would help his defense for sure. Like, this is a little bit of a fragile army as long as you don't have mass Banelings, right?
Well, the mines...
Oof.
The mines and everything are going to keep...
Speaking of mass Banelings.
Yeah.
I think this base might be done for. Hero mines, maybe? Just one?
Oh! Oh!
Well done by Serral.
That was really
Taeja
nice.
needed to re-target, but now it's too late in this base. Boom.
Oh my god, so many SCVs went down there. That was so juicy. That was delicious. I loved it.
Yeah.
A little bit of bias? Maybe. Possibly.
Yeah. Both of us sword players here, but it's okay. This game. Amazing series, regardless of who wins. It's amazing to see both players perform at this level, but especially Taeja, who's been away from the game for so long, coming back and having this close of a series. And now Ghost in play. We're truly going to see one of the...
more SCVs going down here. Taeja only down... He's down to like 40 SCVs right now.
Yeah.
Oh, his economy has taken such a big hit. He might be feeling pressured to go in here. He doesn't have any gas bank. All those ghosts ate up his gas, and now this is pretty much what he has. And if he loses this, it's going to be so hard to reinforce. I mean, Serral's got himself into a really great position. He's got 80 drones. He's got the bank, the production to basically just remax. Right now, he can't take...
He's taking losses here.
You know, this is...
But so is Serral. If Taeja by some miracle can snipe this base and then kill the one up here, nah, this map is tricky for Terran. Like, I kind of feel for Taeja having to play this because it's just so large. And Zerg's mobility with the creep over here in this solid triangle position, like, it's just a very rough map for Terran to play on. You have to be able to secure those bases, and so far, Taeja hasn't really been able to. Like, he's about to run out of gas. Serral's bank is still looking very healthy. He has a lot of minerals coming in. Drone count still at 72, Taeja's just down to 38. I think the map size is just going to slowly choke Taeja out here if something doesn't change. Even if it's doing a great job sniping bases, that's just half the battle. He needs to kill these two.
Yeah, Serral's upgrades have also been really crazy, which is what's been helping him like hang on for so long.
Yeah, double spire is kind of unusual to be able to afford having double spire upgrades, but Serral made it happen. He hasn't even made Broodlords yet,
oh
so
my god.
If Serral was to make Broodlords, that would be even another challenge.
Did you see that friendly fire damage?
It was probably bad. Erased from my memory already.
Jens is like, I'm gonna repress this right now.
Yeah.
Don't want to think about it.
The heart in my heart has a bit of Terran in it too.
Heart of the cards, guys.
Yeah, something like that. CC not gonna turn into a PF. Banelings being morphed to right in Taeja's face.
I mean, like...
Ghost trying to snipe desperately, but there's only one Ultra to snipe. The rest is Banelings, and they're destroying everything.
Oh, that was really nice zoning with the Banelings.
As he is losing control over the west side. And this base being here, well, is not exactly there. So this is looking brutal. Serral just in full control, utilizing the large map to the fullest. Defending each side perfectly, splitting the map in half, defending, poking, prodding, taking down expansions using Banelings and all kinds of things. All kinds of attacks, and denying Taeja the economy that he needed.
Taeja did split off his ghost really well there because there was a huge clump of Banelings that went and wiped out most of the Marines. So he kept his ghosts alive, which are so gas heavy. He can't replace them. He knows what's important to him right now, but still at quite a deficit, under 50 workers, and Serral is not letting up. He is not letting Taeja mine at all. Every time he starts, Serral's just like, oh, you wanted to mine from here?
The CCST has
oh,
in
yep.
it. Is that like the Neo Steel upgrade or something? Or is it normal? I don't even know anymore.
Oh my god. Serral is everywhere.
Tells you a little bit about this game and how crazy it's gotten. We see all kinds of things here.
Guys, these games have been so scrappy. Like, I don't really think it's been too...
Although this one, I'm feeling for Taeja. This is a little bit of a death animation at this point. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. It's looking extremely grim, and I think Serral has got this in the bag. So we'll see if Taeja can pull off a miracle here. But right now, it's looking extremely tough. Good snipes, but the Banelings are there to prevent any further snipes. Corruptors cleaning up things in the sky, or at least trying to. Taeja holding on for now, but Serral is in no rush. He's gonna just puke a little bit on this poor CC.
Thank you for saying puke, because it totally looks like puke. Thank you.
Yeah, there are some alternatives, but we're trying to keep a friendly profile here.
I like this one Baneling that's like, where do I go? I'm just gonna go in the mineral line.
That's the conclusion to probably one of the most epic series at this very tournament, HomeStory Cup 18.
Dude, did you see on Twitter this morning, Taeja was like, Serral? Oh, no, it was last night, right?
Yeah.
He was like, what? Serral? I'm going to go against him?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, man, he was playing with all of our hearts. All of our heart of hearts.
Time to take a look at the great book of Twitch chat.
The book of Twitch chat.
I've read so many pages of this book. It's wonderful.
Oh, yeah?
You can look through it multiple times. You can go back in time. And you can read ancient history. It's truly a wonderful book. And all I see here is just awe and admiration for these two players. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed the game as much as we did. This means that Serral...
What, did you just look up?
No, someone else did. I don't know why this frog picture is here.
Pepe? There's just like
I
a
said
huge
frog
Pepe.
picture. I'm not a memer. I don't do memes. So this means that Serral is going to play Euthermal in the winners round 2. That's going to be a rematch. A very peculiar one. We've seen them face off multiple times before with very varying results. Euthermal for a while kind of had Serral's number, which sounds absurd, but it was actually kind of true. But Serral, of course, has had a very strong, you could say, he's evolved as a player, to put it mildly. And lately, lately I'm kind of scared for Euthermal. But then again, the CVT that he showed against Rainer was just crazy, and he seems to be in top shape right now. He seems to be in top shape right now. And you could also argue that Taeja did play amazingly, but Serral also dropped maps here. So it could be that Serral actually is a little bit mortal here.
Did you see the game? Oh, no, you were casting. Oh, yeah, Snoot just finished casting on the main stream. And then I was like, hey, you want to cast this one? And he is so passionate that he was like, yes. But so he didn't actually see. Serral? No, you didn't see Euthermal versus Rainer. He was playing
which
like,
I did.
Yeah, so he was playing these mass cyclone cloak banshee styles. Is that something that would intimidate you? Going into ladder or something? That's something you could expect?
I honestly need to play against it because it sounds so absurd, you know? It's just a really weird thing to face, and I haven't really faced cyclones in cloaked banshee. Like
it's so strange, right? Oh my god, it was so crazy to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, Theorycraft was me for a second though. How would you?
Oh, cyclones and banshees.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I probably would have Roach
with
Ravager.
Hellbats.
Yeah. Roach Ravager Queen. That's simple.
Is it simple? Because Rainer did that.
Oh, it didn't work? He did that?
Yeah, he did that. Like mass Ravagers.
Yeah, well.
I made a fresh meme while you guys were casting.
He's probably thinking about other girls. In StarCraft 2, you purchase upgrades online and wait for them to be delivered. Engineering Bay condenses eBay.
I bet you posted that all over the Twitch chat. I'm going to soon. It's going to become a part of history.
Alright, you guys have to see it to believe it.
The great book of Twitch chat. I can see it happening. Truly history in the making here. 6 games, 6 series, and yeah, Serral Euthermal is going to be next winners round 2. That's going to happen later today, not too long from now. Innovation is also going to play against Bunny. Bunny was able to take down Showtime. Bunny is just having a really sick run this tournament. And Showtime was looking very strong also, topping his group. But yeah, there's just something...
Is he back? Is he back?
There's just something about Bunny, like he's looking crazy good this one. And in the lower bracket, Solar,
Snoot. There's a great point brought up by Nathanius on Twitter I wanted to quickly highlight. To be fair, according to the official WCS rules, Taeja was only winning the games he did because Serral literally couldn't tell what units he was due to skins.
Yeah, we have some skins.
Blizzard, please.
Skins passion.
Some
I still remember.
Skins are hard.
Yeah, some of them, especially the Burial Roach ones. Yeah.
I really hope that Euthermal is going to play the same style for Serral, because I want to see how Serral deals with it, because I know I'm going to see it on ladder. I know you guys are probably going to see it on ladder too. And I want to know, as Zerg, how do you deal with mass, cyclone, banshee? And if Serral can't deal with it, well, what hope is there for the rest of us?
Showtime, Cest, Taeja, Bly. That's right. Yeah.
Showtime only dropped 4 maps.
Yeah, sick. No, that's not true.
Protoss?
Well, the tournament he's dropped.
No, I meant. Well, I know that, but I meant in his group.
Oh yeah, in the group. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rainer only dropping 3, Serral dropping 3, Solar only 2. Oof. But Solar did lose to Innovation also. Yeah. Well, out of the ones that are left, Serral still looking incredibly strong, but Taeja really bringing it to him. Like that was just such a sick series. Especially the game on Blue Shift. That one was probably one of my favorites from this tournament and of all time, basically. Really cool game. So yeah, Taeja goes down to play against Bly later on. Also an interesting CVT here. Like we're not done with Zerg versus Terran by any means. It's gonna be Serral Euthermal later, and then we also have Bly versus Taeja, Rainer versus Cure.
Oh,
we also
Bly
got a little bit
Taeja.
of PvP and CVC left for those into mirror matchups. Also TVT. So one of each mirror matchup and a bunch of CVT to go with it. That's kind of cool. And yeah, more PVC later, as the winner of Solar Elaser will face the winner of Showtime Cest. So that's cool. We got a little bit of everything here at HomeStory Cup. I think this is shaping up to be one of the coolest tournaments but you know, cast a curse, jinx and all that. Let's hope the next games truly are as exciting as they've been up until now.
We ran into Bly yesterday at dinner, and he was saying that he wasn't expecting to make it through, and he was very surprised. So I'm curious if he has anything up his
Yeah, Bly's been playing very well this tournament. Or he's having some very solid results. 3rd place in the group, and 3-0 against Drogo, who's a very solid PvC player. That's also very cool.
A laser solar.
But yeah, we're gonna figure out what's going to happen next here on the B stream, or on BaseTradeTV rather. So we'll figure that out in a bit. Thank you guys for joining us. It was a pleasure to cast these awesome games. So so we'll see you guys later. It was
Thanks
a pleasure
for
to be
tuning
here
in,
with
guys. You guys
Rifkin,
rock.
Alaris.
Wow.
Wow!
Wow.
Wow! I just wow. Alaris, Rifkin, and Snooty Boy. It's good to be here. So see you guys, and
Snooty
production,
Chan.
take it away.